Nintendo's latest Switch 2 exclusive game, Dragon Drive, is out now. Now I've been playing it all day thanks to Nintendo UK for sending me a code, and I will post a follow-up short where I will give my full review on the game. But my first impression so far is that I am really enjoying the main sort of 3 versus 3 wheelchair basketball game mode, as well as all of the mini games that do take place in between those basketball matches. And my favourites are the circuit sprint mini game, where you got to sprint through the checkpoints and you got to get through them quicker than everybody in the lobby, and it is kind of hectic because there are 12 people in the lobby. That is really fun to do, as well as the rebound scramble mini game as well, where pretty much a ball does drop from the ceiling and you got to be the first one to pick it up out of everybody in the lobby. And yeah, that is a really fun game mode to play as well. In my opinion, this game is the best showcase for the new Switch 2 mouse controls, and you don't need to use this on the desk, for example. It works perfectly fine just by you sitting down and using the controllers on your legs, for example, so that is reassuring for the future. But because these are new controls for the Switch 2 and they are fundamental for the game, it does take quite a while to get used to, and it is a little bit of a learning curve there. And that brings me nicely into my favourite feature in Dragon Drive, and that is the ability to play this game offline against bots. And you have the opportunity to play this game and learn the game, learn the controls at your own pace, and you can select the bots, and there are 9 difficulty levels there, so you can sort of, as you do progress, as you feel like you are getting better at the game, you can up the difficulty level of those bots, and it does give you a really good preparation for you to be able to play the online game mode. Because I did play the demo earlier on and I did get smoked quite a lot, so I really do appreciate the fact that I do have the opportunity to play against bots and to learn these new controls and get as good as possible with these new controls before I do jump into online once again. Of course, I have played online to check out the main game mode and the mini games as well, but I soon jumped back into the CPU sort of game mode because I wanted to get familiar with the controls. I wanted to learn the game at my own pace, and I feel like this is a really good option for people that do pick up the game maybe 6 months down the line, a year down the line. People will get really good at this game. So if you just jump into online straight away, then yeah, 6 months down the line, people will get really good at this game, and it might get a little bit off-putting if you do join this game really late, if there wasn't an option to play this game against bots offline. One of the things that I really like about this game mode as well is that it is a sense of progression, because not all difficulty levels are unlocked straight away. You have to play through some of the lower difficulty levels to unlock some of the later difficulty levels, and I really do appreciate that. It just makes this game mode not feel completely pointless, apart from just learning the game, learning the controls. What is really cool about this CPU game mode as well is that all of the matches that you do win in the game mode do contribute to you unlocking stuff for the rest of the game as well. I really do like this because you might struggle to get wins online, but there is the opportunity for you to unlock stuff for the rest of the game by just playing against the CPU bots. I think this is such a good idea. This CPU bot game mode is the best and my favourite feature within Dragon Drive, and it has reconfirmed something which I've been saying for years about the Splatoon series. For me, all of the Splatoon games would benefit with the option to play, whether it be offline or online, against bots, against CPUs, for example. I really do feel that Splatoon 4 should have this option in there. It should have this feature because there will be new game modes within Splatoon 4, hopefully, and I feel like there is no better way to learn what those game modes are about than playing them offline against bots. I know Nintendo would say that the solo mode is Nintendo's way to prepare people for the online multiplayer, but I feel like a better way would be this sort of game mode within Splatoon 4, where we could learn the new weapons, for example. Or like what I said earlier, people will be picking up Splatoon 4, not necessarily at launch, and yeah, the longer they do leave it, it's like right now if you do pick up Splatoon 3, it is, for the lack of a better word, it is quite sweaty at the moment. It is a little bit off-putting for new players, so having the opportunity to sort of learn the game at your own pace, rather than playing against people that have put in 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 hours into the game, having the opportunity to play all of those online modes against bots, it would just mean that maybe some of those people wouldn't drop the game as quickly as if they did just jump into the multiplayer right now, where they would come up against 2,000 hour players, and that is quite off-putting. There is a really big skill gap there, and it is quite hard to sort of bridge that gap if you are just joining the Splatoon series right now. So I really do feel that Splatoon 4 would benefit from this game mode, and I really want to see this in the game. I really like to see them having the same sort of difficulty options as well. So yeah, newcomers to the series could start off with easy level 1, then work their way up through all of the difficulty levels, and then when they do feel comfortable with the mechanics, because Splatoon's mechanics are quite hard to get used to in terms of the gyro controls as well, and this is sort of similar with drag and drive as well. Maybe the gyro controls are a little bit alien, just like the mouse controls are to me when I did pick up drag and drive for the first time with the demo. And yeah, I feel like those people would benefit from just playing with bots at their own skill level, and maybe those people will have more fun doing that than just playing against people that are just too good for them. I'm just thinking that this game would have been perfect in Splatoon 2, for example, where pretty much all of the Shifty Station stages, which were Splatfest exclusive stages, they were made available only in private matches when Splatfest did come to an end within Splatoon 2, and that did require people to have people on their friends list to be able to replay those stages once again, or maybe play some of those stages for the first time. Having all of those stages added in within an update with like an offline sort of bot sort of game mode, that would have been a much better way to replay all of those stages once again. It would have just made those stages available to everybody playing Splatoon 2, and not just people that do have people on their friends list. There are a lot of people that play Splatoon solo on their own. It would have just meant that those people would have played Shifty Station stages once again. And I'm thinking about Splatoon 3 as well. At this time of recording, we don't have the opportunity to play on all of the tricolour stages. They probably will be made available to private matches as well. But again, you are running into the same sort of problem before. You do need people on your friends list. So if there was an option there to play against bots, it would have just meant that people would have the opportunity that do play the game on their own, that don't have anybody on their friends list to play Splatoon with. It would have just meant that those people would have been able to play all of those tricolour stages, and I'm guessing that Splatoon 4 will have something exclusive about their Splatfest as well, maybe exclusive stages once again. This is where an offline bot option would have come into its own, and whether it will have access to rewards and access to sort of earn coins, for example, to be able to spend on gear in the shops, I'm not so sure, but I'm not really bothered about that. As you can guess, I really do like this feature within Drag and Drive. I can't sing its praises enough, and I really do want to see Splatoon 4 implement this feature within that game as well. I would be really disappointed if we didn't get this option. Now that we have it within Drag and Drive, I would be really disappointed if we don't have this option within Splatoon 4, because I really do feel like it would benefit casual players a lot, and I feel like there does need to be more casual player sort of friendly options within the Splatoon series apart from just Turf War, because right now Anarchy is a little bit off-putting and Turf War can be a little bit too competitive. So having this opportunity to play all of the online modes against bots, it would just mean that more people would have more fun with all of those game modes, and I don't really feel like it would be a bad thing. But let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Would you want to see this feature within Splatoon 4? And to let me know your thoughts about Drag and Drive in the comment section below.